In this video, I'll show you how to make all the viral stress balls from 2026. These include wax cracking balls, bottle squishies, color-changing mangoes, and squishy dumplings. Let's start with DIY coconut oil stress balls, which lots of people have been waiting for. I did 2 deep dives into this product and found out that the filling is actually soap, not oil. I pinned a comment under the last video from a soap maker who explains a bit on how to get this texture. Another viewer on TikTok actually found a YouTube tutorial showing you exactly how to make this coconut oil soap base. A huge thanks to both of them for helping to solve this mystery. I've linked the video below and you can see it's exactly the same material from the stress balls, which is actually a base for making liquid soap. The soap clay is opaque at first and turns transparent if you leave it alone for a while. I'm not confident with soap making because it involves some pretty harsh chemicals, so I'm not going to try making the filling myself. Instead, I found a website which sells the coconut soap clay in bulk, and I've also linked that down below. The shop is called Pink Squishy, and it's the only place I found that sells squishy making supplies at reasonable prices, and they also ship worldwide. I'll be using a lot of stuff I got from there in this video. The stress ball filling has a label on it, so we can confirm that this is definitely soap using Google Translate. It also contains instructions on how to turn this into liquid bottled soap. I've seen other people make coconut oil stress balls on social media, and this is exactly the same thing they use. It has to be completely airtight, otherwise the soap will start to dry up. I think it would be fun to customize this a bit, so I'm going to add some glitter. However, I realized that the glitter inside the ball isn't very noticeable, so it's probably easier to just cover the outside. If you're making stress balls, then you definitely need an elastomer tool. This lets you place the filling inside without making a mess. The ball is a bit small, so I'm pressing the inside outwards, almost like making a cup, and then filling up the extra space with some more soap. The part most people find impossible when making these stress balls is how to close the opening. These transparent wrappers are made from TPE and require very specific glues. In my last video, I tested out a lot of glues and narrowed it down to a few different methods. The most secure one was using superglue and then covering it with plastic wrap. The curing process generates enough heat that it actually melts the plastic, which seals the opening shut. So naturally, this was the method I decided to go for here. However, the next day I realized that superglue is not compatible with coconut oil soap. In my previous experiments, I used slime as a filling and had no problems. But as you can see here, the glue has reacted with soap to create a gross-looking red residue. The squishy is still fine to play with, but this really spoils the aesthetic. So I have to remake these using a different method. This time, I'm skipping the glitter and making a plain pink coconut stress ball like the ones you see online. I'm going to use TPR glue, which came second place in my squishy glue test. And this one turned out perfectly fine. A little hack for all TPE squishies is to apply some silicone-based hair oil. This makes them extra shiny and doesn't feel greasy on your hands. Next up is a bottle squishy. These clear water bottles are popular in China, and you've probably seen similar ones that look like toothpaste tubes. I made a failed version of this earlier, but I also didn't really like how the decorations looked inside that one. So I'm going to start by picking out some new charms, and I'm going with a more whimsical theme. I find it's easiest to make a shape roughly the same size as your squishy and then press the charms inside, almost like filling a dumpling. The further you press them down, the more visible they will be because the base is going to be facing front. Then wrap the rest of the soap around the charms and carefully insert it into the wrapper. Now apply TPR glue and hold the plug in place with plastic wrap. This needs to dry for at least 24 hours. The great part about making your own stress balls is that you can customize it in any way you like. So get creative with all the charms, stickers, or glitter that you have at home. Next up, we have whack poo balls. These are super viral in Korea, and the name means pushing or breaking wax. The inside is made with foam clay, which you can find in the craft section of any discount store or online. I like using these small packs because you don't have to worry about any leftover clay drying up. I'm going to add a bit of acrylic paint to the minty one just to make the color more intense. To prevent it from drying up while you make the other ones, place a damp paper towel or wet wipe into a Ziploc bag and keep the clay inside. To make the second type of Wakpoo squishy, just combine 3 different colors and roll them into a ball. Now let's talk about wax. These are the 3 main types of wax you can get. Beeswax is the softest, which makes it the worst option for ASMR clay cracking. Paraffin wax is what most candles are made from, and it's fine for cracking, but still not the best. The one you really want to use is soy wax. This is very brittle and it produces amazing ASMR. You can see it comes in chips, which already feels super satisfying when you snap them in half. The problem is that soy wax can sometimes be too brittle and it might crack or break when you don't want it to. If you ever need to stabilize soy wax, just add about 30% paraffin wax, which gives it a tiny bit more flexibility. I want to make a chocolate shell in a plain one, so I'm melting this in 2 containers inside a water bath. Then I'm going to add some brown candle pigment inside. The problem with wax is that the colors look very different in liquid and solid form. To get an idea of the final shade, just stick a spoon inside and place it in the freezer. This still looks a bit pale, so I'm going to add more pigment. Because the spoon is still frozen, now I can simply dip it inside again to instantly solidify the wax. This time it looks just like chocolate, so I know it's ready. I'm placing my clay balls on a wire rack and pouring the wax over. The first layer looks very thin, and this is nowhere as easy as I imagined. I feel that the temperature is too warm, so the liquid wax is melting the layer underneath. It took me so much trial and error to figure out how to pour the wax to get maximum coverage. The only upside is that you can always reuse the leftovers once they've hardened. I realized the trick is to melt the wax, remove it from the stove, and then wait until the container is cool enough to touch with your bare hands. If the glass is too hot, then the wax is also going to be too hot. But if the glass is room temperature but the wax is still liquid, then it's the perfect consistency to pour. This will give you a nice thick layer of wax that doesn't melt anything underneath. You have to repeat this at least 4 or 5 times until you get a fully opaque shell around your squishy. Wakpoo balls require a lot of timing because you want the clay to be as soft as possible, but you also need to let the wax harden. I left these out overnight and then sealed them the next morning. Don't use an illustrator on these because the risk is too high that it might damage the wax. Just stretch the wrapper out with your hands and get it around the ball with one smooth motion. One thing that I always wondered is whether these even make a noise when you press them, because the wax is sealed inside a wrapper and it absorbs moisture from the clay. I'm going to test that out on the smaller ball I made. This one looks very satisfying, but it didn't make any noise at all. So I'm going to leave the rest in the fridge overnight and hope it makes the wax harder. Some people recommend the freezer, but I don't want to risk freezing the clay. Here we are the next day, and this did make a very audible crack. The pink one was even better because the clay was softer. DIY Wakpoo balls are harder to make than they look, but worth the effort. Many people wrongly assume that this is a single-use item, but it still works perfectly fine as a normal stress ball. The cracking is just an added moment of satisfaction when you first hold it in your hands. The next viral squishy is a color-changing mango. I have to say this one is almost cheating because the color-changing effect is built into the squishy wrapper. You just need to buy the right material. I got this from Pink Squishy and I'm just filling it up with clay. Clay is a very good option for stress balls because it's cheap, malleable, and doesn't make a mess in case the outer layer breaks. If you're making opaque stress balls like the cheese, potato, or mango ones, then I would definitely recommend clay. It doesn't react with super glue either, so you can use the plastic wrap method. The final result is super satisfying and very securely closed. I'm not sure if it's supposed to react with the warmth of your skin or UV light, but I got the best results by placing it under direct sunlight. Last but not least are squishy dumplings. I made a whole video about these, so this is just a quick recap in case you haven't seen it. I'm starting with a clear slime and adding glitter and pigments to make a custom filling. The dumpling skin was also from Pink Squishy, although I've seen these on AliExpress as well. Then I'm using super glue and plastic wrap. This was actually a failed version from my other video, so I don't have footage of the gluing part, but after it's done, it should look something like this. The best method I found for adding eyes are these scratch-off transfers. Just place them on like a temporary tattoo and apply some pressure from the other side. These stick pretty well on their own, but for best results, cover the entire transfer with E6000 glue. This makes it very flexible, scratch resistant, and almost impossible to flake off. I hope you enjoyed this guide on how to make your own viral stress balls. These are designed to be as close to the real ones as possible, so you do have to buy some specialist materials. But it's great to have the freedom of creating your own custom designs. And of course, you also have full control over the safety of each squishy. Many mass-produced dumplings are now being recalled because they contain cancer-causing chemicals. The red flag is a really strong smell, almost like gasoline or white spirit. With these homemade squishies, you just have to take care during the gluing stage, but once the glue has dried, they're much safer to play with. I'm Joanna, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye!